little video. This is the problem that I'm attaching. This problem says, please list the revenues at the top, which means right here in this area, and get a total of the revenues right about here. And then underneath that, you'll notice right here is expenses. This is where you're going to list all your expenses. You have to sort through this area right here. You have to start determining, is it a revenue or an expense? You're going to get a total for your expenses right here. And right here where it says net income or net loss, you're going to take this number minus this number. If this is a negative number, circle net loss. If this is a positive number, circle net income. This is your assignment for Monday. Have a good day. Hello. We are going to finish looking at budgets here in the next couple days, but what I wanted to go over was what your assignment will be. So this page talks about what a home budget is, and it is a way to manage your money. And sometimes a home may have more revenue or income than expenses. That's what you would ideally like. Because if you have more income, like you have money coming in from a paycheck or prizes or gifts, and you have more money than you have expenses, then you have some savings left over. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So it's important when you start a budget, you start accounting for every penny you earn and every penny you spend. By keeping track of that money, you know where it is, you know what you spend it on, and you know how much to put in savings. You can also tell where you can cut your expenses if you cannot make enough money to cover all your expenses. For instance, if you're on a high-end phone service where you're paying $80 a month for your phone, maybe you could cut back a little bit on your plan and go to a $40 plan. Maybe you could cut out going out to dinner. So by keeping track of all your expenses, you see where your money's going, and you can kind of keep track of what can I cut out of this. Sometimes it may come down to, I need a second job. And if that happens, you can look around and find that. In the second paragraph, it talks about when a problem like COVID comes around, it can really cause a lot of problems because that is so unforeseen, and lots of people lost their jobs because those industries closed up, primarily service industries, restaurants, salons, barbers. They weren't allowed to be open, and when that happens, a lot of times your expenses are more than your income. That's when it's really important to have some savings. The third paragraph talks about when you start to earn money, make it a rule, you pay yourself first. When I say you pay yourself first, you take some money out of your paycheck and put it into a savings account. You never touch it except for an emergency. When COVID came around, if you had the ability to have those savings, you might have paid for a month of rent or still have food money. So it's always important to put your money into savings first. If you never learn to save money when you first begin, it's a hard habit to develop as an adult. Save your money as a young adult. Most of you will have jobs when you're in high school, so you need to start right away. When you get that first paycheck, you're going to want to go and say, hey, look at what I've got. I can go out to a restaurant, I can go to a movie. But start thinking right away, how do I save my money? You can still have fun, but save part of your money. The next page I want you to see, got the problem right in this, is this one right here. So let's take a look at it. If you have a paycheck, and that's income of $400 right here, that's really nice. Oh, and you got a gift for $50. That's all money coming to you. So if you add these two numbers together, you get this number right here. That's your total revenue, $450. Now, right here, we're listing our expenses. You bought some clothes for $125. You paid for a phone. That would really help your parents out, by the way, $70. You bought some shoes. Man, that must have been some fancy shoes there, $85. And you went to movies and out to dinner with friends, and you spent $30. When you add these four items up right here, it totals to $310. Now, is this a good situation or a bad situation? You earned $450 and you only spent $310. That's a very good situation, because when you take $450 right here and you subtract away your expenses, $310, you should still have $140 left. That's your total revenue up here minus your total expenses. That should be going into the savings, because this process will begin again. You'll get another paycheck. The more you save, the more you can look forward to your future, because maybe when you get in high school you want to buy a car. If you've got some savings, you might be able to do that. So what you're going to do for me today